In this video, we're going to be talking about why Avatar Aang gets possessed. Yo guys, welcome back to Siphon, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Avatar The Last Airbender and the different reasons why he gets possessed during his Avatar state. So I'm not going to be including the events after the Avatar Ozai fight, considering Aang gets a better hold of his Avatar state and a complete mastery of it. Let's start by discussing some of the events that happened previous to that later on throughout this video. So let's start by talking about what the Avatar state is. The Avatar state is the Avatar's maximum defense system, which grants the user the knowledge and skills of all the previous Avatar lives. Funny enough, the next Avatar after Aang actually broke the connection between all their past lives, so they actually don't get the knowledge and skills from the previous avatars. But that's for another video. It's also an entirely different storyline which has nothing to do with Avatar Aang. But let's go on. So in this video we're going to be talking about two different types of possession which I've been able to see throughout the series, which include literal possession and emotional possession. The names I've given them are pretty self-explanatory, but we're going to be explaining some of the events that happen in the Avatar series which showed this. So let's start by talking about some of the literal possession side of things. In season 1 of episode 8, Winter Solstice Part 2, Avatar Roku actually takes control over Aang. The reason for this is because Fire Nation soldiers are actually waiting outside of Roku's temple. So in an effort to connect with Aang and teach him about the Avatar state as well as his past lives, Avatar Roku decides to take over Aang's body, possess it, and literally spiritually transform his body into looking like Roku as well. He fought off all the Fire Nation soldiers and let the gang go, as well as Zuko. We can see this is a literal possession because Avatar Aang actually doesn't know how to firebend, yet through Avatar Roku's possession he's able to gain the ability to firebend, which makes sense. It's not coming from him, it's coming from his past life. We can actually see another example of this in Season 2, Episode 5, from Kyoshi. In this episode, there's a trial to figure out if Avatar Kyoshi, which is Aang's past life, killed Chin the Conqueror. In the last moments of the episode before Avatar Aang is convicted, Avatar Kyoshi possesses Aang's body and tells the story of how she killed Chin the Conqueror. The funny part about this is that Kyoshi actually didn't kill Chin the Conqueror, he just didn't get out of the way when the cliff fell over. But putting that aside, Kyoshi did take over Aang's body, manifest herself into the form that she once took when she was alive, and spoke in her own voice, which was really crazy. So we've spoken about some of the ways you can be possessed as an avatar in the literal sense, but let's talk about some of the ways you can be possessed emotionally. In Season 2, Episode 1, the Earth Kingdom General basically tries to make Aang go into Avatar state to help him become a weapon against the Fire Nation. The sick part about this is he basically threatens Katara's life right in front of him in order to try and trigger the process. This makes Aang go into a full rampage and becomes uncontrollable. He has now reached rage mode and is no longer conscious of his own thoughts, feelings, or actions. He can potentially hurt someone without remorse in that moment because of the possession which he's undergoing. I think this sort of rage is a manifestation of all the Avatar's anger built together, which is why Avatar Aang gets completely overwhelmed by feeling. This is very out of character for Aang if you guys haven't noticed. Avatar Aang is actually an airbending monk, and through their teachings is not allowed to be consumed by anger, rage, or anything of the filthy emotions, specifically the less positive and strong emotions. One more example of this is when Appa gets taken in Season 2, Episode 16. Avatar Aang and the gang is basically in the desert trying to find information on how they can take down the Fire Nation. Although Appa was taken in this episode, we're going to be talking about Season 2, Episode 11, because that's when Aang actually confronts the Sandbenders for taking him. So in this confrontation, we find out that one of the Sandbenders that actually took Appa is lying about taking the bison, which Toph is the one to make known that he is lying. Aang then becomes enraged with anger and is basically in a very livid state. We can see that the Aang we once knew is no longer there, but luckily Katara is able to bring him back down and comfort him through this dark time. So to reiterate, we talked about the different ways of possession, which is physical, complete possession, and emotional possession. Let's talk about the reasons as to why he's being possessed by the past avatars. So for starters, let's remind ourselves that Avatar Aang is only a child. At this point, he's 12 years old, and he cannot completely fend for himself. So as a result, his past selves seem to take control over his body in order to keep him as safe as possible. In conjunction with this, let's remind ourselves that Avatar Aang is a new avatar, and has only had a limited time in order to experience his powers. So when he's in the avatar state, I'm pretty sure he can't distinguish between his emotions and his past emotions. So all the different memories, knowledge, and past skills come flooding into his head, which he cannot control and decipher all at once, so he becomes overwhelmed with emotion instead of rational thought. And for one of the last main reasons as to why he's getting possessed by his past avatar selves is because although Avatar Aang has made his own family and friends, he doesn't have grown adults to protect him against the forces opposing the avatar. So Rava, which is the spirit bonded with Aang, is the spirit which symbolizes light and peace. So in order to continue having peace on Earth, there needs to be a balance between light and dark. If the avatar is destroyed, the balance is completely tilted. So Aang's past selves keep this in mind in order to preserve the break of this balance on this plane, which is literally the avatar's job. Wow, that was a mouthful. But hey, that's all I can come up with. Let me know if you guys have any other theories or anything to add to this video so I can make an updated video in the future. Hope to see you guys soon. Talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.